Welcome to another 10 questions with ADU.
Yay!
How good is this one, eh?
This one is an epic episode. It's very, very special. We've saved it for the very end of season 1. So this is the final episode of season 1 of 10 questions with ADU. And we've got some really special guests because we wanted to go out with a bang. And I think we've done that. Do you think so?
Do you reckon they've guessed?
Yeah, have you guessed who it is? Could you possibly guess?
Bet you guys have been racking your brains trying to work out who it is. These guys are very, very special. We even rolled out the green carpet for them.
We
What
have.
do you think?
Yep,
What do you reckon?
definitely.
Do you reckon we let them know?
I reckon we should probably introduce you to our final guest for season 1. 10 questions with ADU.
Thanks, guys. Awesome.
It's
loving
great
this.
to be here.
Thank you very much.
So cool. Thanks. Is it who you expected?
Hey. All right. We're going to get into it then.
I reckon we should get into
Yeah,
it. Would
get
you
into
like
it?
to ask them question number one?
You're the host. You've been doing it the whole time.
I'm
so.
the question asker. Okay.
And I'm just the ugly one, so. Anyway, all right, question number 1. Are you guys ready for it? Let's do it.
Question number 1 is, who are you? What are your names? Plus, are you on social media? Be prepared. Our names. Okay, here we go.
That's a tough one. I'm Chris.
I'm Miriam, and we are...
Aussie Destinations Unknown.
Yay! And our social media platforms. Here we go.
We're on Insta, we're on Facebook, we're on TikTok, we're on YouTube, we're on Pinterest. I think that's about it.
If there's another one, we'll be on that too.
Yeah, we'll be on it. We're pretty busy, aren't we?
Yeah, we've got quite a few platforms on the go.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yes, a lot of platforms.
That's a lot of work. You guys got a lot of work to do.
Question number 2. Where are you
from?
This one could take a while. Where are we from? So,
I can't remember. I think I'm from Southeast Queensland, Brisbane. Yeah.
Southeast Queensland. And mine's a little bit more complicated. Tasmania, so Launceston and Hobart, and then I grew up in Ecuador in South America, and then I moved back to Tasmania, then I moved to South Australia for a little while, and then I
just made my answer short.
Then I moved back to Tasmania, and then I moved up to Queensland. So, alright, to summarise that one, they're both from Queensland.
Yeah, I'd definitely say just Queensland.
Queensland all the way. Number 3 is, how long have you been travelling, and how long will we be travelling, and how long will we continue?
15 months, I think now.
Yeah, 15 or 16 months.
It's been in the plan. Yeah, it's been in the plan for a long time for us to go full time, but obviously COVID pushed us a little bit quicker. So yeah.
So part time for 6-7 years, full time about 1.5 years, which was actually a year sooner than we planned to do it. But COVID did kick us up the bum a little bit, and we hit the road sooner than we had first intended.
Yeah, and timelines, we have no timeline. We're in for the long haul.
Yeah, so indefinitely travelling at this point in time. No intentions to stop.
Big things happening. So yeah, we got lots going on. So yeah, should be good. 5 or 10 years. What do you reckon?
5 10 years, maybe longer.
Man,
who knows?
Wish we could live a life like that. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Indefinite travel.
So lucky, guys. Wow, that's a bonus. Can we do that one day, please?
Yes, we can.
Come on. Ooh. What question are we up to now? Come on, hit us with it. Hit us.
Question number 4 is, what are you travelling in?
Oh, no, I've seen their setup. Your setup is pretty damn nice.
Right,
so, yeah, it's pretty good.
One day. For you, what are we travelling in?
Oh, that's a tough one. We're travelling in a titanium Destination X and a Silverado 2500 HT. Only way to travel, guys. You guys should try a setup like that. What do you reckon?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. One day.
Oh, no. Lucky. Yeah,
I'm getting bitten by mosquitoes.
There's a couple around, we'll be alright.
Okay, so question number 5.
5.
This is an interesting one.
Here we go.
If you could change one thing about your setup, what would it be? You can have an answer each. If
you have a cracking setup, mate. What would you guys change? That's a tough one. Me, it's easy. I'm just going to rip it out straight away. I'd like to put a motorbike on the Caravan. Love to do it. Maybe an old scrambler or a cafe racer. Something nice and light and a little gangster so we can just hop on and just go cruising. What about yourself?
I'd like to rebuild the GCI Tradetech canopy with an air fryer in it. So I would like to add an air fryer to the canopy.
Well, you better send an email to Enerdrive. We need a bigger inverter in it. So.
Please tell me I have one.
Nice.
Okie dokie, moving on. Question number 6 is, do you... Sneak peeking at my question.
Ooh, I know what the questions are now.
Right, do you want to ask number 6?
Do you guys travel with a budget, or do you just wing it?
If we had a budget, it'd be screwed with you the way you spend money. I don't know about that.
Hang on a second. I'm looking at our setup now, and I really haven't purchased much of what I can see.
No, we don't. We don't travel with a budget. I think it's too hard to travel with a budget.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tough one. We don't spend where we don't need to, then we spend where we need to. I guess
we obviously watch our money. We don't. Yeah. We're not exorbitant, but we don't not spend because we have a budget. So if we need to spend it, we'll spend it, and we're not going to not spend at the expense of not having fun.
Yeah. I think, in my opinion, or in our opinion, if you have a budget, I think it's going to really cap what you do, and I think you'll be constantly thinking about that. So no, we don't have a budget. But in saying that, we do work on the road, so
yeah, we're a little
bit different.
So it's not like we have a lump of money in the bank and that we've got to watch it, and when it's gone, it's gone. And we understand people that are like that and have to travel with a budget, and that's fine. But we just find that a budget would be a little
our style is no budget.
Restrictive for us.
Yeah. Good answer.
There you have it.
Good answer.
Pretty common answer too, that one.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
Number 7 is, what is the best part about this lifestyle?
Oh, that's an easy one. I know what the best part about this lifestyle is. What about you guys?
I wonder if their answers will be similar to ours.
Yeah, maybe, probably.
The best part about this lifestyle? So actually, I think there's a lot of best parts about this
mine
lifestyle.
personally is just meeting people.
Yeah. Meeting awesome people.
Meeting
like
awesome
you
people like you guys, just being out there, all like-minded people, just having a good time, and I could just keep going forever about it. No, I'm not going to continue on. I'm just going to cap it with meeting great people. Yeah.
And mine is, I like seeing different places, all the different experiences that we get to have, and we get to do it pretty much on our own time. Yes, we work on the road, but if we like somewhere like where we are now, we've liked it so much we've actually stayed an extra 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I like the freedom, I like the places, the destinations, and of course meeting people.
Yeah, and the little businesses, supporting little businesses, like coming into little towns like Bright, where we are now, and little coffee shops, just supporting local business. There's heaps. Well, we can go forever about it, but anyway.
And following on from that, what is the worst part of this lifestyle?
Worst part, 100% family. Not seeing our family, that's a tough one. Although we do, it's as if we make family on the road.
We have a van fam.
Yeah, a van fam.
But it's not the same as our blood fam.
But no, 100%. Not seeing our children.
Yeah, not seeing our kids is definitely the hardest part about being on the road full time, and the fact that we haven't been able to fly them down to see us, and we haven't been able to fly up there to see them.
Because of the dreaded sea.
Because of, the pandemic. So it's been really hard in that sense. We should have seen them quite a few times already, but it's been over a year and we haven't seen them yet. So we're really looking forward to getting back up.
Can't wait to see you guys in a few weeks if you're watching.
See the kids. And the other thing I found a little hard was a structure. There is no structure on the road. I like to have my own structure, so I wake up, have a shake, do a workout, do that sort of stuff. But it's really hard not to do that. Just to do whatever, because they're literally, you don't have a job to be at a specific time.
Yeah, I guess a little difficult
as
like
such.
That.
So those, I guess, the only two.
Yeah, that's true, isn't it? Yeah. Similar.
It's another very, very common.
Yeah, it's just the same. We just get the same questions, same answers, don't we?
Yeah, very similar answers from everyone.
From
really.
everyone, yeah.
So number 9 is a very tricky one. Usually takes a little bit of think time. What is your favourite location and/or adventure?
Ooh, tough one. I think about this all the time, and I don't have a favourite. I think everywhere we go and every place we visit has its own unique thing to offer, and I struggle. But you have a good one.
We've seen these episodes before, and that's not a good enough answer. You have to narrow it down. So
yours would be the Great Barrier Reef.
I love the Great Barrier Reef because that was just a really standout moment for me. Chris's uncle took us out on his boat, so it was just us. It was blue skies, clear water, white sand.
Nice little sand cay, little sand island.
Little Yapolo sand cay up off Cairns up there, and that was
no tourists.
Except us. And it was magical for me. But having said that, I loved the outback. I loved other places, but that for me was a standout. A standout moment.
I'm still going to go on. I don't have a favourite. They all have the amazing things to offer. So.
That's always a really tricky one.
Yeah.
Okay, question number 10. I'm going to let you ask question number 10, and I think we can all know, we all know what the answer is.
Where these guys are from, come on.
I know, right? And the thing is, this is the end of the season, so...
I'm going to ask this question.
The tally board at the end is the overall winner. Are we ready? All right, ask the question.
All right, guys, this is a difficult one. Potato cake or potato scallop? Duh. It's a fritter. No, it's definitely a scallop.
Definitely a cake. Well, there you go.
Whatever, mate.
Again. And there you have it. The tally board.
There you have it.
Right here at the bottom of the screen declares potato cakes as the winner.
I can't see it. Where is it? Anyway, that's just brilliant, isn't it? That is awesome.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Question number 11, clearly not relevant, but we have been modifying this question to ask couples how they find their intimacy as a couple living in such a confined space together. So are you ripping each other's hair out? Are you closer together? How do you find yourselves, your relationship, now that you're living full-time together on the road in a van?
Oh, we're close all the time, you know, like...
Get your hand off me.
Tough one. I personally think we are closer. Well, no, sorry. I personally think we have learnt to be closer. We definitely have learnt to be closer. You know, back in a normal life, I had my work, you had your work. We didn't need to see each other for the whole part of the day, whereas now we're
and
literally...
then I used to work at night as well.
Yeah, we're in each other's pockets. So we've learned, I think, definitely we're closer.
Yeah, I'd say so. Our relationship has definitely improved since being in such a confined space together all the time. And you literally have to learn how to communicate. You have to learn how to tolerate. I'm still working on that because I'm not a very tolerant person.
You learn to live with each other, and if it doesn't work, then you seriously aren't meant to be together.
And literally, if someone who leaves stuff around the van and you don't like it, you actually have to pick it up and put it away because they don't pick it up and put it away, and you can't walk into another room. So
I don't leave anything behind. I don't know what she's talking about. But anyway, never. Yeah.
And there you have it. That was our final question. Well answered. So I guess we just like to wrap it up by saying thank you guys so much for coming on the show.
The show. It is the show.
It's been fantastic to have you and to get to know you a little bit better.
Oh yeah, it's awesome, isn't it? We've been following you guys for ages, and you know we're going to continue to follow along. You guys are legends.
Absolutely.
You know,
looking forward to all your videos that you bring out and all the craziness you post on your social media platforms, all your social media platforms.
Yeah, tough work, but again, guys, thank you so much, and thank you to all you guys for watching. It's been a pleasure having you guys along. Hey,
and the next season will kick off whenever it kicks off.
Very shortly, I think.
Stay tuned. Thank you so much for having us.
Thanks, guys. It's been a pleasure. And we finally get to meet you guys. That's even awesome.
You're just as lovely in person as you are on screen.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.